I'm Régis Castagné. I'm the Managing Director of Equinix in France.
Régis, Equinix recently signed a PPA for power in Finland, and I think in signing that PPA, it enabled the provider, a wind farm, to be bought. Why do you think it's important for Equinix to be sourcing more of their energy from renewable sources?
The data center industry has the fortune to be able to plan its energy consumption over the 10-15 years and to have a very stable consumption. And therefore we have the capacity to provide the financing to new sources of energy. So I think it's definitely a duty we have to fulfill, which is creating that type of new source of energy. We have committed as Equinix in 2014, 7 years ago, to be carbon neutral in 2030.
So tell me a little bit about how Schneider Electric consultancy is helping you to source these PPA opportunities, or is supporting you through the process of signing PPAs.
So first of all, before entering into that PPA, it's a very long-term partnership that we are having. It's a very long time that we're working together. The team are trusting each other, and it's really, for us, I mean, it's critical to be able to rely on the global expertise that Schneider is providing to us. And because of that long-term relationship, a few years back, we have decided to launch massive RFPs to find new PPAs. And we've decided to do that together with Schneider as an advisor to support us. I mean, you know, signing a PPA is pretty complex. It's a very long-term commitment. You have a financial mechanism that is not that easy to put in place. The contract is quite complex as well. And we need to gather Equinix and a supplier of the PPA that is reliable. And putting all of that together into a contractual framework is really complex. So that's where Schneider is helping us. Build the RFPs, look at the right opportunities, sign the contracts.
That's fantastic. And then finally, what other opportunities are you looking for example, in France to harness waste energy or waste heat and make use of that to kind of further reduce your carbon footprint?
Yeah, that's a good point, because when we've decided to take that commitment with the EU, the climate neutrality by 2030, I mean it's a vast number of actions that we have to make. And one is the energy we are somehow providing through our data center to our environment. So in Pantin, we're doing that with a logistic area. In Saint-Denis, that will be with a swimming pool, and it's now in the design. So each time we are building a data center, at the same time, we make sure that we are in a place where we can reuse that energy, and that we have in front of us the public bodies or wherever we can really use that energy, and that's part of the whole policy we have. So it's quite complex, but it's one of the important parts that we're investing in.
It's not just about the energy you're consuming, it's about the energy you're producing that is a useful product.
Yeah, and it's energy, it's water. I mean, you know, we have defined science-based targets. It's very easy to work on scope 1 and 2. It's under your direct control, and we've already done a lot. Working on scope 3, and that's a massive number of providers who have to commit with us for that carbon neutrality. It's massive, and that's why also we use the services of Schneider consultancies really to help us to reach that target, because it's a very complex environment, and we need to have that type of knowledge to support our teams who are on a daily basis trying to improve what we're doing for the planet.
When you're selecting suppliers, providers, partners, are their values in regards to sustainability a high agenda item for you? Is it important that, for example, Equinix and Schneider have the same regards for sustainability?
That's a very good question. I mean, definitely that was not a key topic, I would say 5-10 years ago. It is a key topic. When we receive an RFP, now there's nearly always a mention to our sustainability efforts. Up to 50-60% of the notation of the RFP that is based on our commitments. And many of the enterprises, you know, in France, for example, we are hosting 83% of the CAC 40. I mean, there's not a single of them we're not relying on to our corporate and social responsibility report, our commitments to fulfill their commitments. So that's definitely critical, and by the way, Schneider is as well a customer of us, and that's also what you're doing when you're using Equinix. I mean, you are using a reliable green data center provider.